Okay, so what we are going to learn today is the transform toolbars. This transform toolbars, there are three type of transformations. One is move, the shortcut is W, rotate, shortcut is E, and scale, there is no shortcut for that. So we'll learn one by one, move, rotate, and scale. You can see here, this is a move, rotate, and scale. So let me create a box here. I created a box. I created a box. First, let me show you how move tool can be used. So select the object and just click the move. And you can see I will make it a bigger screen. So now we can see three colors there. This red indicate the X axis, green indicate the Y axis, and the blue indicate the Z axis. Is it clear? Red indicate the X axis, and it is written here small x. Y axis, Z axis. So if you want to move in the X axis, you hold that X axis and move. So it will move only in the X axis. If you want to move in the Y axis, go to Y axis, move only Y axis, Z axis. But if you want to move in two different axes, then you can see there is a small square here. So this square indicate X and Z. And here there is another square which indicate the Y and Z. And there is another one here. You can see here there is another one. This is X, Z, X and Y. So there are three squares available. Through that you can rotate, move in that direction. But if you want to move in one direction, hold that particular axis you want. X indicate the red, Y indicate the green, and Z indicate the blue. You can hold and move. Is it clear? So that is about move. Let us see rotation. When I click rotation, you can see that there are three colors again here. Red, green, and blue. When you select the red, what happens is it is rotate based on the x-axis. You know, this is x-axis. Is it not? This is x-axis. So when you use this one, you see it is moved along that x-axis. Can you see that? When I want to move in the y direction, y axis, you see this is the y. Use the y direction. Is it clear? Undo. And if you want in the z direction, take the blue circle like this. Clear now? Are you getting some idea? So three circles are there. When you click move and select the object, three circles are coming. Red indicate that you are moving around the x-axis, green along y-axis, and actually this is blue. This is actually blue. It seems like a yellow. It is actually blue. This one. Okay, so that's how you do it. But how will you rotate it with a particular angle? Then you can use the snap toggle here. Snap. You right click it. First listen, then we'll write down the notes. Right click. This is the rotation snap button. And here snap. You see here angle. It is 5 degrees now. So it is rotating 5 degrees. Let me make it to 15 degrees. 15. you switch on this and it rotates every 15 degree. You can see the degree movement here. When you move around the x-axis, it will be showing here. When you move around y-axis, it will show the angle here. Now we are in the, I want to show that, you see, 20, it is 15, 30. Can you see 15? Because we are in the 15 degree now. You can rotate in the y. Now you'll see only the y direction. You see the y direction, the angle. Okay, so you can use the angle snap button to fix your angle. So right click this, type the angle whatever you want and make it on. That's how you fix the angles. I hope you got some idea about the rotation. Let us move on to scale. The third one is scale. We will write down the steps later. Let me explain first, then. This is scale. When you click the small arrow, there are three types of scale you can see here. One is uniform scale. That means it scales all the directions, X, Y, and Z. Non-uniform scale means it scales in two directions or one direction. This is called squash. That means one direction, if you increase, other two directions decreases. One direction, if you decrease, other two directions increases. That's called squash. Let me show you one by one. So this is the uniform scale. Uniform scale means it scale all the direction same time. You can look here X, Y, Z. You can see here. When I use the uniform scale and scale it, you can see that it is changing all the values X, Y, and Z, making smaller, making bigger. Clear? Because uniform scale means it scales all the three directions. When I come here, non-uniform. Non-uniform means instead of the full scale filling, you can see only one side filling. Only when here. Okay. So I can scale in two directions. You can see down where are the things changing X and Y. X and Y. Now it is changing X and Z. Y and Z. Okay. Because you are in the non-uniform scale. Even you can scale one direction also. So you hold that one direction, you see increasing only one direction. You can see it is only in the Y direction now. The values are changing only in the Y direction. Only X direction. Is a direction. So non-uniform scale, you can scale in one direction or two directions. But non-uniform scale, it changes in all the three directions. Clear? Let me undo this. Now, the third one is squash. Squash. Squash means when you change one direction, one direction if you increase, other two direction decreases. Okay, so let me increase in the here now. You can see when I am in the Z direction when it increases, X and Y decreases. Can you see the value there? Is it not? When Z is increased, X and Y is reduced. When Z is reduced, X and Y is increasing. Clear? So that is squash. So three type of scaling you can do. Uniform scale, non-uniform scale, and squash. Now let us write down the notes. First, move. So move using one axis. You can move using one axis or two axis. Is it not? One axis means if you want to move in one axis, select that axis and move. If you want to move two axis means select that rectangle and move. Okay, let me show you again. So for move, you select the move. If you want to move one direction, select the axis whichever you want, and you can move. If you want to move two directions, you can see the rectangle here. This rectangle means you are moving the X and Z direction. X and Z direction. Here, Y and Z direction. X and Y direction. I hope you got some idea now. Move. Okay, so I've written move. Move can be done two ways. One is if you want to move only one direction, select that axis and drag. Okay. If you want to move in two directions, select the rectangle and move. Okay. Now you may ask me how I will move a object 10 units. Exactly how. We'll come back to that later. So we have written move. Now we'll come to the rotate. So rotate, in the rotation, red axis is the x-axis, green axis y, blue axis is z. So you can select that circle, whichever circle you want. Rotation circle, red means you are rotating based on the x, green means y, and blue means in the z direction. And you can use the snap angle to rotate based on required angle. So right click the angle snap to change the angle. So write down this. Use the snap angle to rotate based on required angle. Right click the angle snap icon to change the angle. That is here, this one. This one I will click, right click this, change the angle there and make it on. Then it will be effective. Oh, we noted the rotation. When we come to the scale, uniform scale means changes in all the three directions. Scales in all the three directions. Non-uniform means changes in one direction or two directions. Squash means when one direction increases, other two direction decreases. Also, when one direction decreases, other two direction increases. That is a squash. Now, my next question is, how will you move exactly? You see, when I select the box, I'm in the move command. When I select in the box, how I will move exactly 10 units? How I will move exactly y 10 units? Or is that 10 units like that? Precisely. So there we use the transform type in. Transform type in box. Transform type in. So how will you get that? When you are in move, rotate or scale, right click, immediately you get the transform box. Transform type in box you get. When you right click, move, rotation or scale, you get transform type in. Write down please. Transform type in. Right click, move, rotate or scale to get transform type in. And when you see, now I selected this box. There are two columns here. One is absolute coordinates. The other one is offset. This absolute indicates the x, y coordinate of this object. X, y, and z coordinate of this object, where that object is situated. Now the object is 27.751 x, 34 something y, and 20 something z. So if I put it 0, 0, 0, my object will move to 0, 0, 0, 0. Now my object exactly at the midpoint. Because the absolute coordinate shows you 0, 0, 0 means your object moved to the exactly at the central point of that coordinate system. Clear? So this offset is the place where you type the value. So you want to move in the x direction, you type the value in x direction. Suppose I will say 10. It moved 10 unit, and it shows you here that 10, it moved 10. And here it became 0 again. So this is to what increment you want. This is shows you the absolute coordinate of that object. If you want to move in y direction, give the value there, 10. So automatically here also the value will change. So by using the offset values, you can move the object exact distance. Clear? So there the transform type is used. So this absolute is for the coordinate of that object. This shows where the coordinate is there. X is what, y is what, z is what. But offset gives you the distance you want to move. Not only distance, you can use for rotation, you can use for anything, you can use that. So now we are using move transform type it, because you right click when you are in the move. Clear? I will go to rotation and right click. Now I'm in rotate typing. Now I can rotate any angle by typing the value here. I can type, if I want to rotate in the x-axis, I will give the angle here. Suppose I want to rotate in 45 degree in x-axis. I will just type here 45. You see, 45 degree. And immediately it became 0 there, and it added here 45 degree. So using transform type in, very, very powerful. You can type any value you want there. Is it clear? So transform type in is used to move, rotate, scale whatever object you want with the exact size. For scaling, you give the value, x direction how much you want. Give the value there. So now we'll move to the scale, right click, and you are in the scale transform type in. Now it is 100%. All the objects are in 100%. There is no scaling. We have not changed any scale. 100%, 100%. Clear? Suppose I want to change, make it little bigger in x-axis only. I will give a value here, 125. So it will increase 25% in the x direction. Clear? Automatically it shows here 125. That is the power of transform typing. Yeah. So you have to try this. So write down transform type it, right click, move, rotate, or scale to get transform type in. Absolute world shows the exact coordinate of coordinates. The left hand side absolute world shows you exact coordinate of the object. Offset world shows move, rotate, and scale based values. In the offset, whatever value you want. So it changes based on the what type of transformation you have selected. Move means all the things will be in the move related, rotation or scale, everything will be. So this is very, very useful to give exact changes in volume. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Okay. Now we'll move to Now let me move to create shapes. Create shapes. So when you create, what is geometry that we have seen? Standard, primitives. Next is shapes, 2D objects. So there are many things available here. Line, rectangle, circle, etc. So let me see line command. I will make this one full line. When I click line, there are many options available here. How will you create the line? Initial type corner, drag type corner. So initial type corner, drag type corner means you are going to draw the lines, straight lines, not curve. We'll write down the step later. Just listen first. So I select the line command. I selected initial type corner. Now I will just draw. You can see that all the lines are straight line. Close. I will delete it. When I say corner smooth, initial type corner, drag type smooth. First line, second line, I will drag. See that? It's getting a curve. That is corner smooth. You have to drag. And third one is corner Bezier. Third one is corner Bezier. Again, you get the curve. So corner, first line, second line. You don't find much difference from the smooth, but the curves are not proper like the smooth. The curves are not proper. You get a pointed type. Is it not? Not like the other smooth. So that is the Bezier. Because in the Bezier point, there are two handles coming. We'll learn that later. But smooth, only one handle. That is why you get a smooth line. Corner means straight lines. Corner smooth means when you drag, you get a smooth curve. Because there is only one curve there. Corner Bezier means when you drag, you get a two pointed curve there. Only this much you understand. Don't go deep, very deep into it. Okay. So let us write down this and we'll come back to the next one. So 2D shape. Create, then shapes. Create, then shapes. The first one is line. Corner for straight line. That is initial type and drag type will be corner means straight line. Corner for straight line. Corner smooth. In that case, you have to click and drag for smooth line. Corner smooth. Click and drag to get smoother line. Third one is corner Bezier. Again, you get here, it gives you smooth, but you will not get that proper smooth like other. Corner and drag. Click and drag. Or smooth with two handles. So the curve is not smooth. There are two handles there. I'll show you later when we edit it, we'll understand that. Only understand like this. Corner smooth, corner Bezier. Okay. And very interesting thing is that when I come here, you can see this. Let me say Control A, select everything, close. I will draw a corner. I made it. Close it. These are a very, very thin line, but I can make it thicker. There is a rendering here. Click that arrow here. Click. So rendering. Enable in rendering. Enable in viewport. I will make render. So no changes because you will see only in the rendering. When I click again here, enable in viewport. You can see the thickness here. Now the thickness is 1 unit. You can increase or decrease that. You can increase the thickness of that line. You see, rendering, enable in viewport. You can see in the viewport also. Otherwise, only you'll see in the rendering. And these are radial. These are all round. It will increase the thickness with round thickness. Suppose you want rectangular thickness, you want rectangular. So you go here, rectangular. You can see that objects are rectangular now. See? And you can increase the height. Width. So even just a line, you can make it thicker, more height using the renderer option. So there are two types available. When you say radial, you see that it is all round now. Round. When it is say rectangular, it became rectangular. So this is possible when you make the renderer, enable in renderer, enable in the viewport. You will see only when there is enable in the viewport is on. Okay, so sometimes you can use that. I will switch off both. Where you will use it is very, very useful. Sometimes what happens is you want to create a gate. You prepare drawing in AutoCAD, whatever type of gate you want, with curve, arc, everything. You just import here and just change the render. So it becomes thicker, like bars. So there are very, very useful facilities available this. So that is how you do the line. So note this line rendering also, rendering right up the line below. Then when you click the rendering, enable in renderer, click the enable in viewport to see the thickness of the line, thickness of the 2D object. Under rendering, if you want to see only in the rendering, click only the tick in the rendering. Then you will see only during the rendering. Okay, under the rendering, when you click enable in rendering means when you render only, you will see it. Enable in viewport means you will see in the viewport also. So along with the line, rendering effect, radial and rectangular available. You can draw the line using the keyboard entry also. You can use keyboard entry to draw the lines. So how will you draw a rectangle? Suppose I want to draw a rectangle 10 by 5 rectangle I want. So I will go to line command, line. I don't want rendering everything I want. There is down here, keyboard entry, click this keyboard entry, 0, 0, 0, 0. So my first point, click. So I will start from the center of this point. Click. Keyboard entry. Add point. I added 1 point. Now I want to draw a rectangle X direction 10. I will write 10 units. Add point. So you can see he has drawn a line from 0 to X direction 10. Now I want to draw in Y direction like this. This is 5 unit. So this point will be 10, 5. X should be 10, Y should be 5. Add point. You got it. Now this point should be X is 0, Y is 5. 0, X is 5. This point will be X is 0, only you will get only Y. And finally you want to come here 0, 0, 0, all the points 0, 0, 0. So you got the rectangle. So you type 0, 0, add point. Then you X, you made it to 10, add point. When you come here, you say 10 and 5. That is 10, 10 X value. So Y 5 value. You got this point. When you come here, X 0 and Y that value. You got that. So you can use the keyboard entry to create the lines. You can try that later.